Now we will find the integrals of the type 1 upon ax square plus bx plus c, or 1 upon root ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so basically we have to do is we will convert these functions, that is ax square plus bx plus c, into perfect square. Okay, so we will take up an example to solve this integral. Now I have taken this example as 1 upon root 8 plus 3x minus x square. Okay, so we will take minus common, then we will get x square minus 3x minus 8. So it is now in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. So we will make it a complete perfect square. So there is x square. Now in the place of 3x we will write 2x into 3 by 2. So there is our a square, there is our 2ab, and value of b is 3 by 2. So we will insert b square, that is 9 by 4, plus and minus, and this is minus 8. So if you observe that first three terms will become a square minus 2ab plus b square. So it is a perfect square, and we will write it as x minus 3 by 2 whole square, and remaining terms will give us minus 41 by 4. Now if we rearrange it, we will get dx upon root of 41 by 2 square minus x minus 3 by 2 square whole square. So now this is in the form of dx upon root a square minus x square. So we can use formula for this directly. So we will write as sin inverse x upon a was the formula. So here in place of x we have x minus 3 by 2, and in place of a we have root 41 by 2. So we will use the formula and simplify it. We will get this function sin inverse x 2x minus 3 upon root 41 plus c. Same process we will use when there is no root. Okay, or function is like 1 upon ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, now next is integral of the type of function px plus q upon ax square plus bx plus c, or px plus q upon root ax square plus bx plus c. Here we also take an example. So this is our example, 5x plus 3 upon root x square plus 4x plus 10. What we will do here, we will assume that numerator 5x plus 3 equal to a into d upon dx of denominator plus b. That means we are dividing 5x plus 3 into two parts. One part contains the derivative of numerator. Okay, so if we solve this, we will get 2x plus 4 plus b, and if we arrange in the power of x, then we will get 2ax plus 4a plus b. Now if we compare the coefficient of x, we will get 2a equal to 5, that is a equal to 5 by 2, and if we coefficient constants, then 4a plus b equal to 3, and if we put the value of a, that is 5 by 2, in place of a, we will get b as minus 7. So we have found the value of a and b. So from 1 we will get the value of 5x plus 3. So 5x plus 3 equal to 5 by 2, that is the value of a, 2x plus 4 minus 7. So what we have broken 5x plus 3 into two parts, in which one part contains derivative of denominator. So our given integral will become like this. This is the value of 5x plus 3, and now what we will do, we will divide this integral into two parts. Okay, so like this. So we have two parts of integral. Now in first part we can easily see that numerator is derivative of denominator, or in second part we will use complete square method. So what we have done, we will use first integral as I1 and second is I2. So now the given integral equals to 5 by 2 I1 minus 7 I2. Now we will take up I1 first. So this is our I1. just put denominator equal to t, that is x square plus 4x plus 10 equal to t. You will get 2x plus 4 ds equal to dt, and given integral will become like this. And if you solve it, you will get 2 root t, that is 2 root x square plus 4x plus 10. Okay, now we comes to I2. I2 is dx by root x square plus 4x plus 10. Now we will make this x square plus 4x plus 10 as a perfect square. So this is our a square, and we will convert it into form of 2ab. We will write 2, then x, then b. So this is 2ab. Now b is 2, then we will insert b square plus and minus both, and this will 10 will remain as it is. So first three terms will become x plus 2 whole square, other terms will become root 6 square. Now this is the formula of formula like dx upon root x square plus a square. So we have direct formula for this, log x plus root x square plus a square. It comes out to be like this. So this is our I2. If we put the value of I1 and I2 in 1, we will get the answer. Okay. Now we will take the next topic, that is integration by partial fraction. Okay, integration by partial fraction. So what we do in this method, we divide the given fraction into two or more fraction, which are called partial fraction. For different types of rational function, we will form different types of partial fractions. So there is some rule for this. If function is like this, function is proper and factors of denominator are linear and non-repeating. Here we have denominator as x minus a, x minus b, which are non-repeating and linear. So in this case, we will write as a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus b as our partial fraction. If factors in denominator are repeating and function is proper, rational function is proper, then so suppose we have px plus q. So suppose we have px plus q upon x minus a whole square. So here power is 2, highest power in the denominator is 2. So we will write as a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus a whole square. Suppose if we have power 3, then how will we write? We will write a upon x minus a plus b upon x minus a whole square plus c upon x minus a whole cube. Okay. Now next case, px square plus qx plus r upon x minus a into x square plus bx plus c, where x square plus bx plus c cannot be factorized. So here we have a quadratic polynomial in denominator which cannot be factorized, and other factor is linear. So we will write like this, a upon x minus a plus, and for non-factorizable factor we will write bx plus c upon x square plus bx plus c. So you will encounter three different cases and combination of these cases. Okay. Be remember that in all the cases the function should be proper, not improper. If it is improper, then we have to divide it. Okay. So these are the three cases for partial fraction. Now we will see some examples. Our first question is 1 upon x square minus 9. We have to find the integral of function 1 upon x square minus 9. You can factorize it, so it will become 1 upon x minus 3 into x plus 3. So our rational function is 1 upon x minus 3 into x plus 3. You can see there are only linear and non-repeating factors in denominator. So we will assume it as a upon x minus 3 plus b upon x plus 3. If you simplify it, you will get 1 equal to a into x plus 3 plus b into x minus 3. Now we will find the value of a and b. If we put x equal to minus 3, then term containing a will be 0, and you will get the value of b as minus 1 by 6. And if you put x equal to 3, then you will get term containing b as 0, and you will get the value of a, that is 1 by 6. So if we put the value of a and b in 1, then we will get our rational function as 1 upon 6 x minus 3 minus 1 upon 6 x plus 3. Now integrating both sides, you will get 1 by 6 log x minus 3 minus log x plus 3 plus c, or you can say 1 by 6 log mod x minus 3 upon x plus 3. So this is our answer. Okay. Now next example we will see. Now this is our next example, x cube plus x plus 1 upon x square minus 1. Here you can notice that degree of numerator is greater than degree of denominator. Therefore it is an improper function. So we will divide it. We will use the division. So if we divide x cube plus x plus 1 by x square minus 1, you are already familiar with the division process. So you will get like this, x as quotient and 2x plus 1 as remainder. So we can write given integral as x plus 2x plus 1 upon x square minus 1. Here you can see that now this function is proper, because degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. Now this x can be integrable easily, and this we will done by using partial fraction. So we will break this rational function as a upon x minus 1 plus b upon x plus 1. Then as you solved earlier, we will solve it. 2x plus 1 equal to a into x plus 1 plus bx minus 1. If we put x equal to minus 1, then we will get term containing a will 0. So we will get value of b 1 by 2. Similarly, we will get value of a as 3 by 2. So given integral will become x integration of x dx plus integration of 3 by 2 x minus 1 plus 1 by 2 x plus 1. So if we solve it, then we will get x square by 2 plus 3 by 2 log mod x minus 1 plus 1 by 2 log mod x plus 1. This is our answer. Now next is integration of 3x minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square dx. Here you can see that in the denominator we have repeating factors. So we will use second case. That is, so we will write this function as a upon x plus 2 plus b upon x plus 2 whole square. If we solve it, we will get 3x minus 1 equal to a into x plus 2 plus b. If we put x equal to minus 2, then we will get the value b equal to minus 7. Now there is no other factor present in equation number 2. Therefore what we will do, we will expand relation 2. So we will get like this. We have expanded it and arranged in the power of x. Now if we compare the coefficient of x, you will get a equal to 3. So now we have both value of a and b with us. So our given function, or you can say our given integral, will become 3 upon x plus 2 dx minus 7 integral dx x upon x plus 2 whole square. If we solve it, you will get like this. So this is our answer. Okay. Next we will deal with integration by parts. What we will basically do this, we will find the product of two functions using integration by parts. So this is general formula, integration of u v dx, where u and v are two functions of x, equals to u as it is, integration of v, then derivative of u multiplied by integration of v, and then integration of whole product. So this is the formula we will use for integration by parts. Okay. You must remember that we must take that function as v whose integral is well known to us. Okay. Now if we take an example, this integration of x sin x. Here we are taking x as u, because its derivative will only be 1, therefore it will vanish. Hence we can say that we should take u as x and sin x as v. Now we will apply the formula, u as it is, that is x as it is, then integration of v, that is integration of sin x minus derivative of u, that is d upon dx of x, then integration of sin x, that is integration of v, then integration of whole product. So you are getting this x into minus cos x minus then 1 into minus cos x is sin x. So this is your answer, minus x cos x plus sin x plus c. Okay, so we have used the formula for integration by parts in this example. Next question we will see integration of tan inverse x. Here we can see only one function. So if you are given only one function, then you can take 1 as v, function 1 as constant function 1 as v. So here we are taking tan inverse x as u and 1 as v. Now we apply the formula, u as it is, then integration of v, that is integration of 1, that is x, then derivative of tan inverse x, that is 1 upon 1 plus s square, then integration of 1, that is x, and then product of then integration of whole product. Okay, now if we put 1 plus s square equal to t in the integral, you will get x ds equal to dt by 2. If we use it, then our next step will be x tan inverse x minus 1 by 2 integration of function 1 by t with respect to t. So our answer will be x tan inverse x minus 1 by 2 log mod t, and we will put the value of t, then we will get log mod 1 plus x square plus c. So this is our answer. Now we have one property is there. If we have to integrate ex into fx plus f dash x, then its value will be ex into fx plus c. This is the property which is frequently asked in exam. Now if we apply this in this formula, in this example, let's see, we have to integrate e raised to x into 1 plus sin x upon 1 plus cos x. Now we will write sin x as 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2 and 1 plus cos x as 2 cos square x by 2. This will become 1 by 2 sec square x by 2 plus tan x by 2. Here you can notice that derivative of tan x by 2 is 1 by